and welcome to another episode of Two Straws.
Two Straws!
Still making it a thing. Anyways, we are here to go over the next Invicta FC card. Invicta FC number 29.
29.
Yes.
Big 30 coming up. This is your last year to have fun.
Dirty
to
30.
Get flirty. Feel your 20s slipping away.
Yeah, your last opportunity to get really wasted and be socially acceptable.
Yeah.
And not really judged.
Your last year to have an abortion and not feel bad about it.
Don't miss out on those opportunities. Those are big. Those are landmarks.
That's a big deal. Landmarks. Invicta 29 is actually happening on May the 4th. Hence, the shirt. May the 4th be with you, Jess.
Okay.
My lightsaber is in the car, I think.
I would like to place another bet.
Oh, shit. That reminds me.
What do you do? Fucking shit, this couch.
Alright, so that should be it.
Yeah, thank you.
So petty.
I don't have boobs to hide it, but it blends in, right?
Yeah, you can't see it at
you
all.
can't see it.
It's like a third boob there.
Alright, so Angela owed me 4 last Invicta cards bet on how many fighters would miss weight. Since I won the last one, I'll actually give you this one to guess how many fighters are going to miss weight.
Oh, yeah? Alright. But what happens if I miss? What happens if I miss the weight?
No! You
Do I
will
get
have to do
penalized?
something extremely embarrassing.
Well, like what?
Videotape it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And put it on the next episode of Two Straws?
Exactly.
I'm going to say 3. 3. 3. Yes.
I'm going to say 2. 2 is my lucky number. 2 was the bet last time, and 2 will be the bet this time.
Alright, you're on. Good doing business with you.
Thank you.
Invicta, last time we did this, they debuted their ring card boy. And guess who's coming back for Invicta 29? Elias Theodore Ho.
That's how he got that position.
Yeah, he fucked his way to
On
the
a
top.
couch just like this.
Yeah, we know what's up. We know what's up. So my concern is, you have ring card boys. I mean, that's the first step. Next thing you know, we'll have ring card dogs, ring card goats.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, you're
ring
the
card
wrong
dogs. No. Ring
You're the
card
wrong
dogs.
person to vent to.
Ring card alpacas. Ring card goats. I need to call somebody. Excuse me.
Jess is going to be the first female dog marriage in the state of California.
Well, he drools and he can't get up on the bed, so it's kind of like the last dude I dated. It's funny and sad because it's true.
If you want to watch a man-child parade around the ring like a fucking Cocker Spaniel, then you should watch Invicta 29.
Best in show.
Nice
I
little
just
thing.
mostly hope that they worked on their standing choreography, so he's in the middle, the girls are on the side. They don't have to direct him as much anymore.
Oh, wait, here? Oh, here?
Right there,
Here,
right there.
here,
You're
here,
a good boy.
here,
You're a good boy. Yeah, have a
Take the vest off. You look like an extra from the Warriors. And I would know because I dressed up as one.
I did too.
Jessica Penne. And we were in shape. We had 6 packs.
Oh.
Oh, but one thing of note is that Elias is in fight camp, so we might see that 5th or 6th pack. Speaking of awkward, it seems like Invicta went right back to the Great Wolf Lodge. We're very familiar with
Kansas
that
City,
place.
the Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge was the location of my last Invicta fight. Jessica Penne was there with me, and it was quite the experience.
I was walking down the hall looking for some ice, and I saw those little fucking twins on a bicycle. It's basically like Chuck E. Cheese meets The Shining, and you put them all together in this animatronic animal wonderland.
You walk in, there's this big tree, and then there's these animatronic animals going, "Hey kids, bah, 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 bah." And immediately when I walked in, I was just like, "Where's the bar? Oh shit, I can't drink."
Oh shit, the bar closes at 9 in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
9. And at a family-friendly place like that, the parents need some alcohol because they're locked up with all those screaming kids all day.
Y'all are
I'm
fucked up.
not a parent, but I can only assume that alcohol is a necessity at family fun hotels.
Yes.
It was for me.
Yes.
No, I'm not having kids ever.
It sucked that there wasn't a mini bar, but at least the bed was carved to look like a treehouse.
Yeah, that was fun.
Also, I didn't get to jump on it, but there's an indoor water park with slides on it, which is like crazy. It's a hotel, but it has water slides inside
and it had
of it.
chlorine wafting out of the elevators and up the stairs and burning your eyes.
The sweet smell of chlorine. I was pretty dehydrated, so it was like
anything
getting me
at
high.
that point.
I'm like, ooh, chemicals, yes.
I've been sober for a month. Somebody please, give me something.
Please inject me with something that will make me pop. Imagine Elias Theodoro sliding down one of those water slides with his fucking Invicta vest on, trying to like keep it down so you can't see his fucking love handles. Like, woo, I'm having fun.
I'm actually pretty sure the other ring card girls, I think Natasha has him on check, probably has him doing some crazy yoga poses. She's like super into yoga. Probably has him like leaning out. You know, I just think that we're gonna see the best Elias Theodoro ring card boy yet.
Nice.
And it's only the second time, so there's only uphill to go from there.
It's only up because last time was just kidding. It was alright.
And one of the fights that we would like to highlight is Pearl Gonzalez versus Barbara Ascioli, and this is in the flyweight division. So Pearl used to fight in the UFC at 115 pounds, deciding to go back up to weight class that a little bit like better suits their body.
Hashtag free fat strawweights. Now, I say this because as an athlete, you always have to check in with your weight. You always have to keep it under wraps. If your coach asks you, hey, how much you weigh, you can't get offended because you're a chick. You just got to tell them. And
I still storm off. Well, how dare you?
Just can get offended.
I just jugged a half a gallon of water and I ate breakfast. I'm at least 5 pounds over.
Also, how old are you? Fuck you.
And your mom.
And your entire generation. She never seemed to have a lot of trouble cutting weight, but a lot of times you don't see what happens behind closed doors. You don't see the struggle. A lot of people suck it up and make the weight, even though it might have been like kind of medically dangerous to make it. So it's good that she made that decision to go up. And she's fighting a girl who's coming off of 2 losses. So I think she can make another statement with this fight and get a win.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking of like fries and aioli.
Oh.
I'm getting kind of hungry. Speaking of going up a weight class.
Yeah, a little Barbara aioli chutney.
Ooh, is that why?
Like dip some, what are those really thick fries called?
French fries.
No. They serve them in like a cone.
Steak fries.
Not steak fries. The pommes frites.
Fucking French fries.
Pommes frites.
I've never heard of a pommes frites.
I think that's just French for French fries. Is pomme French for France? Did you see Pearl's post? She's like almost at weight and looks like her abs are coming back.
Really?
Yeah, check it out.
Where?
Abs are back. Well,
no,
it's
hold on.
I mean, if they start at her tits, then there's 2.
No.
If you look like right under the rib, there's like a little like shadow.
No.
And yeah. Well, she's cute though. She's still cute.
She's cute. And she has a pearl
cute.
necklace.
You look good, girl.
Super cute.
You look good. Interesting fact, Pearl just beat Karina Rodriguez, and this girl that she's fighting, Aioli Sauce, she got knocked out by Karina.
I remember that. It was a first round TKO by Karina Rodriguez, and it was a little awkward kind of a stoppage. However, there was really no sense in the fight going on any longer the way it was going. Karina really overwhelmed her with strikes on the ground, knocked her down, and then proceeded to beat her up on the ground.
But, you know, when it comes to MMA math, the pieces don't always line up. Just because one person beat another person doesn't mean that they'll beat them that way. And I definitely think Karina's boxing is a little more elusive than Pearl's. Pearl is a little more kind of aggressive and just like kind of demands her will, while like Karina has the slip, she has the fade back, she has the check hooks and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if Pearl's going to be able to put aioli on her Bambi legs the way that Karina did, but I definitely think that she has the upper hand in this fight.
I definitely agree with your stance on Karina having a little bit sharper, crisper better technique than Pearl. However, we're going to see Pearl at flyweight, which I think is her natural weight class. And I want to see how she moves her weight around and see if she's a little bit more efficient, a little bit more effective, not so scared to let go because she doesn't know how the weight cut's going to affect her performance. These are things that a lot of people run into that the audience may or may not pick up on. And I'm looking to see her be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more confident now that she's at her natural weight class.
Yeah, I'm excited for Pearl. I think she's going to get that kind of reassurance that she needs going back to Invicta, getting a few wins under her belt, and really figuring out the way that she wants to fight, the way that she likes to fight, and just getting some confidence in her style. Reminds me of a young fighter that I used to know.
What was her name?
But most importantly, I think the audience is going to be happy to see a little aioli spread between those hamburger buns. I'm talking about Pearl's boobs. Titties! Guess who's in the co-main event?
Who?
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, panty!
Yeah!
What did you steal those from the Tough 20 panty wall? Give me those back. These are probably Felice's or something.
They're signed, actually.
Yeah, smells like
A
Felice.
little signature on there. Thanks, Felice.
And up next in our co-main event, we have Pani Kianzad versus Bianca Diamani.
Bianca Diamani. That sounds fancy.
It does. It sounds Italian.
Like, you got that Diamani purse? Like, did you get it from Chinatown? Because that shit is expensive for retail. I don't know much about this Bianca Diamani chick. Like, it was hard to find information on her. You see the record. It's like, you know, one of those records that are from Brazil where it's like there's a lot of girls on there that you don't really recognize who she beat. But we've had a lot of fighters debut in Invicta, and they turn out being legit.
Well, the interesting thing about fighting somebody who's relatively unknown is that they have kind of a mystery about them. And their opponents, sometimes it can be difficult to really get an accurate gauge on who they're fighting. So Bianca kind of comes in with that mystique. I've seen some of her fights as we've watched, and she seems pretty dominant. She seems to be a pretty aggressive fighter. Definitely likes the stand-up. So we'll see what she has to bring, because in Pani, she too is a striker. And I think this is going to, you know, have two strikers colliding and coming together for a really exciting co-main event.
Especially if you like twerking and booty bounces.
Oh, really? How's
yeah.
that?
Penny, you know, hence the name, likes to bounce her booty on girls' faces while they're on the ground.
Is that like an E-Honda move? Street Fighter E-Honda?
Yeah, like the boing, boing, boing.
Is it reverse cowgirl? Does she wear her cowgirl hat while doing
it's
that?
Kind of
Does
like,
her corner throw it at her and give it a
it's
little...
It's
and
from
throw
like
it out?
a mounted position, so a little dirty.
Reverse cowgirl?
Yeah. Hopefully we see this in the fight. Hopefully. for the sake of Invicta, there will be returning views. I definitely think that Pani may have the advantage on the ground.
Well, and she's definitely had stiffer opponents. She has fought people that are currently fighting in the UFC, like Lena. She has fought... Who else has she fought?
She's beaten Dudieva early on in her career, and her last 3 fights were losses, but they were all against like the cream of the crop when it comes to Invicta. And like some people may say, oh, Invicta fighters, blah, blah, blah. But fuck you guys, Invicta fighters are actually pretty good, especially the ones that Penny lost to Tanya Evinger, Raquel Paolui, and Sarah Kaufman, who's in the main event. So Penny's fought some stiff competition, and just because you lose a fight doesn't mean you don't improve after. If anything, you improve tons more. So I think we're going to see Penny get that win back, break that lose streak, and you know, hopefully we see that booty bounce.
We see them panties drop.
Drop the panties, girl.
Get them ratings, girl. Get them ratings. Speaking of Sarah Kaufman... that wine hit the wrong way.
What do you have, a cough, man?
And in the main event, we have Sarah Kaufman versus Katarina Lehner. Now, Katarina Lehner is kind of relatively unknown. Again, another one of these imports from the UK, and she hasn't necessarily proven herself the way Sarah Kaufman has, in my opinion. Sarah Kaufman is a former UFC fighter. She is a former Strikeforce fighter. She has fought the top of the top, and she is an excellent striker. She has recently moved to Duke Rufus over at Rufus Sport in Milwaukee. Interesting. So
very good camp.
Definitely adding to her already sound striking game. And is really like who you think of when you think of Muay Thai for MMA.
She looked very impressive in her last showing. She fought Penny Kianzad, and she was just like mowing her over. She would press her against the fence. She was using like all sorts of kicks, punches, like just really stringing those combinations together really nicely. Definitely the most fluid I've seen her since being in the UFC. And, she's a veteran of the sport.
Speaking of her opponent, Katarina Lehner, this is another girl who came in severely overweight in her last outing.
Oh.
And this makes me bring up... Yeah, the fact that, ladies, we need to start making weight.
Make that weight, girls.
Make the weight. Lay off that schnitzel.
Yeah,
I heard you talking about that in your previous interview.
No more German bread. You were talking about that. Is that schnitzel or is that something else?
I'm not exactly sure.
If you want to be taken seriously as a professional, and, a lot of times women struggle with that in every field, not just fighting, you have to do the specific things that you are contracted to do, which is make weight, show up in shape, show up ready to fight. And, it wasn't just, a pound.
It wasn't a couple ounces.
Point a pound. It was 5.5. 5.5 pounds
that
she
is
missed
huge.
Weight by.
That's huge. That makes a huge difference.
Especially at bantamweight. Those girls are big. They're Amazons. I can't, really respect the fact that she got that TKO because she was so much heavier and visibly heavier than her opponent that night.
And it showed. Those shots were landing so much heavier. With that being said, she has some steep competition in Sarah Kaufman. Sarah Kaufman is a very sound striker. She is well-rounded. She definitely likes to keep it on the feet, so her ground game is more defensive than offensive to keep it on the feet. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. I think that they both have similar styles in that they like to keep it on the feet. They're strikers. They're good at cutting off the cage. I do think Sarah's going to come in a little bit sharper and a little bit crisper with her striking.
Sarah Kaufman, she's beaten so many people. She's beaten Misha Tate. She's beaten Liz Carmouche.
Leslie Smith.
Yeah, she shut Leslie Smith down twice.
Which is one more time than the UFC managed to do.
Oh shit.
Sorry, not sorry.
I think she's one of those fighters who suffer from t-shirt fighter syndrome.
What is t-shirt fighter syndrome?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's when you show up to a fight as a woman, but you wear a t-shirt. You stand there while they call your name. You don't do anything. You don't blink. You just kind of... And then when you fight, you just grind them out. When it comes to, sheer, being a good fighter, being technical, being someone who can win, she's really good at being all those things. So at one point, you got to say, well, where is the entertainment line drawn and where is it a sport? Because it can't always be entertaining when they're good at the sport. Sometimes it's so good that it's boring.
I mean, people are constantly canceling each other out with moves. It's like a chess match. So yeah, it's not necessarily going to be the most spectacular, exciting fight of all time, but to somebody who's not just a casual fan, it's really amazing to watch.
So when I see a grinder work, I always try to steal their shit because it's just okay, they're totally controlling the pace, they're controlling where the fight is, and they're totally comfortable because they're the ones grinding as opposed to the person going, oh my god, I hate this. So shout out to all those grinders out there. I appreciate you. Except for Carla, fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck that bitch.
Okay, I didn't.
You better agree.
I didn't say anything. So, on topic of conversation with missing weight, last week we had Aspen Ladd miss weight by a couple of pounds and was actually taken out of the fight when Leslie Smith didn't agree to continue the fight after she didn't make weight. Now, Aspen Ladd is a repeat offender with not making weight. And I do think that Leslie kind of had a valid reason to kind of teach her a lesson. Ladies, we need to make weight. Aspen Ladd's reason for not making weight was that she had lady problems. And Flo came into town. She was riding the Crimson Wave.
No. Oh, keep going.
Okay. How many times...
No, that's fucked up. No, you're bringing us all down.
Bottom line is it's happened to all of us. I've had to cut weight at that time. I've had to fight at that time. I've been in the middle of, my last week, my fight week, and guess who popped into town? Aunt Flo. Like, it just, these things happen, and you have to make the correct decisions to make it easier and to kind of like get through those obstacles. These are things that every female has to deal with, and it shouldn't be an excuse.
It's not an excuse,
especially when you repeatedly miss weight.
Exactly. It's like a guy saying, "Hey, I missed weight because I had a boner."
I don't think it's even close to that.
And I have a huge dick, so it tips the scales. Just tipped it all the way up. It just really frustrates me when women try to make excuses that are female based and assume that everybody's just going to buy it because they say, oh yeah, women are weak and women are this or that, and we have to make these
allowances, these concessions.
We have to make these concessions.
But it is true. You suffer from fatigue, you bloat, you keep on weight, it's harder to cut the weight. Like, these are all like real things, but you have to make the proper adjustments for it, and you have to prepare for it.
As a professional fighter, get your shit together. Bad. Speaking of periods, let's check out how Cal did in her last Invicta performance. Oh my God, it's mayhem. Oh Jesus, somebody plug it up. And there's red everywhere. It looks like Random Marcos just got a haircut.
And left it all over the bathroom counter. See?
Yeah, that bitch would not clean it up. Remember in the Tough House?
I know. Just making a mess and let everybody clean it up.
Yeah, she did really well. She got the TKO. It was a bloody mess, and we're super proud of her. Hopefully she gets on that next Invicta card.
Well, that's it for our 4th episode of Two Straws. This is Angela Hill, and I'm Jessica Penny, and thank you for joining us.
Yep, Invicta 29 is going to be airing on May 4th, so make sure all you Invicta fighters use the force in that fight. May the 4th be with you. Oh, whoops. I thought it was going to be a lightsaber.